guys, and welcome back to my channel, or hello and welcome. If you are brand new here, my name is Chloe Swift. I'm a professional hairstylist and hair care expert, and today's video is going to be all about how to style a fringe or curtain bangs. If you have a fringe, if you have curtain bangs, and you honestly don't know where to start when it comes to styling, when it comes to drying, if you feel like you never get enough volume, or if you feel like there's too much volume, if you feel like it's kicking out in the wrong directions, I am going to show you 6 completely different ways how you can blow dry or style your fringe. I'm going to be using a hairdryer, a straightener and a curling iron, so there's honestly something for everyone, and you're bound to find a fringe styling technique that suits you. So I really hope you enjoy this video. Let's get into it. So I'm going to be doing all of these techniques on a wet fringe. I would definitely recommend to every one of you watching this video, if you've got a fringe, you want to be styling it from damp and from wet. It doesn't mean you need to wash your hair every single day. As you can see, I've not washed my hair, but I will always every day tip my head over the sink, even if it doesn't necessarily need a quick shampoo here, but I'll just wet it down just to reset the hair, get rid of any growth patterns, because everyone is going to have some sort of growth pattern in your fringe, whether it likes to split just straight down the middle, which mine likes to do. It likes to split but then like go like that, the McDonald's M. Some people might have a cow's lick. Some people might just jump more to one side. Like, it all completely depends. Everyone, please wet your fringe down before we're doing any of these techniques. For our first styling technique, we're gonna go for the classic kind of bouncy, round and tucked under fringe. So this is ideal for those of you who like volume and bounce, and you like it to kind of kick and flick back as well. I'm just gonna prep the hair with a little bit of the Olaplex volume spray. This is a nice lightweight one. So I'm gonna grab all of your fringe, pop it in and under the brush, and then I'm gonna take my dryer and we're coming up and then beveling like up and round. Imagine like a C shape. Let me just pause the dryer there so you can see what I'm actually doing with my hand here. As soon as I've glided kind of down to the ends, I'm then wrapping and rotating with this hand and wrapping the brush back up. So I'm kind of glide down to the ends, wrap back up, glide down to the ends, wrap back up. Keep repeating until the hair is dry. I'm just going to release that hair now, and you can already see the volume and the bounce that I've got from the hair. So let me just shake out the fringe, let it fall where it wants to fall. Like that. It's quite like a 70s style kind of like bouncy voluminous fringe. You can leave it like that, or we can also then just grab the edges, which I do like to do, and then also just kick those back. So you're going to place the brush vertically in the hair, and then we're just adding a little bit of shape in the ends here. You see how it's a similar technique. You're just kind of gliding and then wrapping back up, gliding, wrapping back up. But you see how that's giving it a really nice sideways kick there. And then I'm just gonna swap my hand and then do it on this side too. Just let the rest of my hair down so you can see the fringe with the rest of the hair, and then I'm just going to also spray with a hairspray. This is the brand new Olaplex hairspray. It is so good. Like, I love how fine that mist comes out. It's so lightweight on the hair. So what I like to do when I'm spraying hairspray as well, pop a hand underneath so you're not getting it all on your face, and also I do like the edges to kick back and sit over and on top of the hair. So it all blends in with the rest of the hair. And do you know what? I actually wasn't styling my hair like this with the volume and the bounce because it was too short. I had a fringe that was much shorter. Now that it's grown, I actually think it looks quite nice styled like that. So that is technique 1, your classic round tucked under bouncy fringe. Technique 2, we're going to go in and almost do the complete opposite of that volume technique that we've just done. So this time you want to grab your fringe and then place the brush on top of the hair like so, on top, and then wrap it around. And then we're going to take our dryer and actually aim it underneath and pull it down and flip it out. So this technique is great for those of you who don't want the volume and the bounce at the root. Better if your fringe is shorter, especially when my fringe was shorter. I was definitely doing more so this technique because it was too short. I couldn't afford to like have too much of a bounce in it at the root. So let's go. Once you've done enough drying hair and you know all of your hair is dry, we can then release the brush. You are definitely going to be looking a little bit crazy at this point. You want to kind of take half of the fringe, and then again you're going to go in on top, but then you want to like over direct the brush in the opposite direction. So this is the right hand side of my head. I'm going to bring it across to the left hand side and actually dry it this way in the opposite direction. You see how that creates that perfect kickback. We're going to grab the same here, grab this side, place the brush on top on a bit of a diagonal angle and pull across in the opposite direction. You see how this is so completely different to that first technique, so much more flat at the root. So ideal for those of you who like to cover up your forehead, if you feel like you've got a larger forehead. And then I do like to take some little no dent clips, we call these, because it doesn't leave any dents or marks in the hair. And then I'm just going to pop one here, kind of on that corner where the bend is in the hair. I want to pop one on that corner as well. Do a little bit of spray at this point. Then just leave your fringe for 5-10 minutes whilst you do some other bits, your makeup, get changed or whatever. Let me take the rest of this hair out. I'll remove these. See how they just literally make the world of difference? And then I'll just do a little bit more spray and blend the fringe in on the top here of the hair. In my opinion, you've got a much stronger kick back and flick out. And very flat to the forehead. I think I'll call this one the flat kickback fringe. Now technique number 3, I've actually been doing this one quite a lot lately because it is just so quick and easy. So this is a wrap dry. So you're going to take a paddle brush. Ideally like a smaller size. It's a better size for the fringe. Your hair dryer or your air wrap with just the fast drying attachment on. By the way, the previous 2 techniques, you can absolutely do those with the air wrap or like your shark with the brown brush as well. Pretty much the same technique as the brown brush and hair dry, but you've just got one tool. So probably a bit easier, to be honest. This is again ideal for those of you who like a flatter fringe. You're going to kind of wiggle the brush in the hair, aiming the dry downwards. Everything on this side is being wrapped and brought over to this side in the opposite direction, and again everything on this side is being wrapped on this side in the opposite direction. So you're pulling opposite directions, kind of alternating side to side. So, and the act of just kind of wrapping it around your forehead like that is creating like a nice bend in the hair. Let me show you. So easy. I honestly feel like no one can go wrong with that technique, and it's also great for shorter fringes, that one. Again, I'm just gonna let my hair part where it wants to part, and I feel like you just get this really nice kind of like supermodel fringe. It's great because it's a lot of it's focused kind of in the middle. So to be honest, if my fringe was cut just a little shorter in the middle, you see where I'm going, like you get that perfect like almost bardo style, and you literally don't really need to do anything else with the fringe. But yeah, my fringe is just a bit longer at the moment, so it's too long to kind of have it in my eyes, but you know the vibe I mean. If some of you do have a shorter fringe like that, just prop it up, see if we can make it work. Look, that looks really cool, I think. Let me try and prop it up and hairspray it in that position. So yeah, this is ideal for those of you who have shorter fringes, as I say. But then again, if you've got a long fringe, you can still do this and obviously just let the hair part and fall afterwards. Let's try and get it out of my eyes. How successful we're going to be. Or at least let's just have a little part in it, but kind of not in the centre. And see how it's still kicked back nicely on those edges. Actually, I'll tell you what else is great for this one. Pop a little no dent clip in there at the root to keep the root together. It's another little tip that I love to do. And then if your fringe is a bit longer than mine, but you still want it kind of to wear it more like a full fringe, you're keeping all of that together, but then you can just place these edges so then they are actually out of your eyes, and then spray in place. And just remove that clip. So that is technique number 3, the flat wrap. Now we're going in with some dry fringe styling. Say if we're working on day 2 hair, still wet the hair down, blow dry it where I want to sort out any growth patterns. I don't want it kicking up and like have this super set split parting. So this is a great one to do after you've done this flat wrap, and this is using your flat iron, your straightener, and this one is called the C-bend. Let me just give my hair just a little brush just to brush out that hairspray I've just sprayed in. So we're going to grab our section. This is great for those of you who again like it more flatter but you want more of a kick out on the sides. Gonna grab your section of hair here, bend the hair so you've got like this C shape, or in this case this side is a backward C, and then we're going to use our flat iron to tap in that shape. So you see I'm literally just open close, and just using the heat of the straightener just to seal in that more bended, more rounded shape. Just give it a little brush through. See how soft that is? So that's by grabbing everything all in one. If you want even more, then you can grab, say, these smaller sections and do like smaller pieces here. But I do like to do this technique quite often actually. It's just such a quick, super simple one, just to make sure the hair is really sitting exactly where you want it. And you see how it's just really quite polished as well. I feel like you can definitely tell the difference between that side and that side. This side is just kind of flattened and it's got that nice curve in the hair, whereas this side is fuller. And I guess the curve is just sitting in a slightly different area, just a little bit lower. Whereas this, you're really focusing on opening up the curve where your eye is. So next side, I'm going to swap hands, grab all of this hair, and this side is a C. So tap, tap, tap. You're not needing to leave the heat on the hair long at all. Perfect. And then yeah, let's just take that little shorter corner again and we'll just do that next layer. And this is the C bend with the rest of the hair down. And actually I'm going to use this to reset my fringe for the next technique. This is the Living Proof Style Refresh Mist. It does contain heat protection because I just need to do a quick little refresh, and I thought actually this is a great product to show you. It's just very similar and lightweight to water, but it's got just that extra added benefit of heat protection and just a little bit of hold factor. So this is a great one for kind of day 2 hair. If you are really in a rush and you perhaps don't have time or don't want to tip your head over the sink. You know, it just wets the hair down, and then I'm just going to quickly dry that down. I've just dried myself very flat there because I do want to show you another more volume technique as our next technique. I've done quite a few flat ones actually. So I'm going to grab my straightener, but you could definitely use a curling iron. So if you're doing curling iron, you're just going to place underneath and kind of do a very similar technique. We're going to take a paddle brush, or you could use a comb, pull the hair up, and we are going to go straight in at the roots, right in at the roots, and we're going to come and bevel up and under. Now I do kind of like to repeat this 2 or 3 times. I guess because the fringe is so wide, I just want to make sure I'm getting that edge there, the middle, which I've definitely already done, and then that edge there. You see how I'm really pulling up and round. And then I'm going to take a very large roller. I'll leave some links down below. When you place your roller in, you want to glide it all the way to the ends. Make sure the little ends are tucked right in. And then you're just going to wiggle it back and forth. And wiggle it down to the root. That just makes sure it's nice and tight and all the hair's in. That bit can't stretch, but that's okay. Take a little silver pin and we're going to pin that in the hair. So this again is a great technique if you then want to do your makeup. Do a little bit of hairspray on that and leave that just to set and just to fully cool down. So let me just wait 5 minutes before I take it out. That was a perfect excuse for me to go and raid the fridge, and I just ate some leftover cake whilst I was waiting. So let's take out our roller, brush it down. So this is a great technique for those of you who really like that fullness with the fringe. This is very much giving Bardot as well, and it's kind of giving that kind of like Duffy fringe, if you know what I mean when I say that. Bridget Bardot, volume, and this is good for longer fringes. Because my fringe is longer, but now I've added that root lift and the roller in, now I can actually style it almost more like a full fringe. I never do this, but I don't know, actually I quite like it. Let's take the rest of the hair down and see. Quite liking a full fringe today actually. Comment down below guys and let me know if I should wear my fringe like this more often. And for our last final technique, we're going to be using a curling iron. The reason why I want to include this technique is because if I am curling my hair with a curling iron, I'll often find I just want to then use the curling iron to style the fringe as well. So I don't need to necessarily reset the fringe for this one. I'm just going to kind of brush that out a little bit. And then you're going to grab one side of your fringe. You're going to place the curling iron in kind of diagonally on top of the hair. So this is going to create kind of a more flatter root here. We're going to close, grab the end, and you are just gliding that down and out. So it creates a really nice flick on the fringe, but it's just a little bit more flat. Let me just repeat that again because I kind of feel like I actually need to hold it on there for a little bit longer. So in, close, gliding it down and out, and then also kind of almost slightly over directing it to the other side. Let me just brush that into shape. So you definitely see how that is flatter, kind of pulled more onto the forehead in a way. And then you've got these really nice edges that kick back. And again with these, I think just because mine have grown quite long, these edges, so they're really kicking back, then I'll just take my little no dent clip and place that there just so I can kind of flatten that against the head really. And then for the other side, you will want to swap hands. So then you're coming in at the same angle on the opposite side. Grab your section of hair, curling iron on top, pop the hair in, close the arm, grab the end there, cool tip, and we are just slowly dragging and gliding that down and across the face. Yeah, I don't know why, but I feel like I always need to repeat these ones at least twice. So curling iron on top of the hair, in, close, hold the cool tip, and we're dragging and gliding down across the face. And just give that a little brush into shape, and then pop your clip in that bend there. Then whilst your clips are in, you can do your hairspray again. Let's let the rest of the hair down, release our clips. See, the clips really don't need to be in long at all, but then if you are doing your makeup, anything like that, then yeah, you might as well just leave them in for as long as you can really. But it's not like they actually do need to be left in for a super long period of time. So I feel like the curling iron technique definitely gives you that 70s flick out. And actually I've just rebrushed the fringe just to soften it, and I'm going to add a little extra step onto here, and it's taking your curling iron vertically, and then you're going to take the end. If your ends are quite long like mine and they're kicking out a bit too much, then you want to vertically go in and almost kick that back in on itself, so it's coming in forward on your forehead, out, but then the end is curving in and round quite nicely. That just kind of helps to soften it a bit there. So in vertically, twisting the iron away from your face, and actually that looks really nice. I like that. So there we have it guys, 6 different ways how you can style your fringe, your curtain bangs. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and picked up some new tips. It's not as if each technique is going to give you a completely wild different look, because it all depends how your fringe is cut into shape as well. And curtain bangs are curtain bangs, but it's really about how to approach the curtain bangs and how to style them, because it's a question I get asked all the time. Some people just don't even know where to start. So I really hope this has given you so many different ideas and tips and different little things you can do to tweak how much maybe volume you've got in the fringe, or how much flatness and how much it kicks out, etc, etc. If you like this video, if you learned anything new, I would really appreciate a thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe, because I bring you hair videos and hair tutorials like this every single week. If you do subscribe, I'll be seeing you next week for another one of my videos. Bye guys.